Today, we're going to tell you about 3 green flags that we realized have kept our friendship alive for 3+ decades. And what's interesting is we didn't even recognize how important these were until years into our friendship.
3 green flags that really matter. We talk about red flags all the time, but green flags are what you notice to keep a friendship alive. So I want to pivot into the first one, which is laughter. Laughter is the best medicine, and we have a lot
So much.
laughs
So much.
because we're super funny.
But go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay. So when you think about our friendship that's been decades long, we can sit in a room and talk about things where we laughed so hard. So I think laughter is important. I mean, how much, if you think about your closest friendships, how much are you laughing?
Yeah.
How do you feel when you're with them? Is it a forced laugh? Is it laughter that can just make your belly hurt? It's so funny. Things of that nature that are important. Huge green flag. We've been laughing since day one. I kid you not. We laugh every time we're together. And even in moments that are hard or stressful, sometimes we laugh just to, unwind a little bit. Not that it's funny or anything, but just to like, oh gosh, this is so stressful. And maybe one of us will make a joke and we might say, oh, too soon,
But I think that's a big part of friendship. If, ours is not always filled with drama. It certainly has been at times, for sure.
Sure.
We've been friends for so long. But if it's always filled with drama or darkness, I don't even want to say darkness, right? Sadness. Make sure you're laughing. Make sure you're spending that time with your friend, that you can just look back on stressful times, funny times. And, it might be from something in the past, but just make sure you're laughing. It makes life easier. It makes your heart lighter. And it honestly shows that you have those times in your past that you've shared with each other that you can just crack up about.
And just things that we've said in the past, dumb stuff we've said, things like that. And it's all about remembering those things, having those memories, especially as time goes on. And that's what keeps the friendship strong. Going back to memories, talking about them. And not only that, but the idea that you have so much laughter between you, you can create more almost every day. And if not every day, every week. But as long as you're laughing, as long as it's genuine, as long as it feels good, that's a huge green flag.
So that is a number 1 green flag is how much laughter do you have in your friendships and your relationships? Very important, right? Very, very important. So I think the next one we want to talk about, green flag number 2, is comfortability. How comfortable are you with your best friend? Or, maybe they're not your best friend yet. Maybe they're going, who knows if they're going to be your best friend,
Right.
but a close friend at this point. How comfortable are you with that person? Understanding as time goes on, that comfort grows.
I was just going to say that. Yep.
Some people might be more comfortable in the first week, month, year of friendship, right? But it just obviously grows with time. But I think it's very, very important that you don't always have to feel on edge, especially once you've been friends for quite a while. You shouldn't feel on edge. You should feel like you can be open and honest, as we mentioned in one of our other videos.
It's part of our rules.
Part of our rules of friendship, right, is honesty and no judgment. So we are super comfortable with each other at this point.
Yeah. And
probably a lot.
Yeah.
Like, maybe a little more we should be.
No.
No, not
But
at all.
I'll show you a couple of stories. At my job, I have friends, and they know Lisa just through me talking about her at her work as well. So we'll be going somewhere, and a couple of my friends will be like, "Oh, where are you staying? Staying at a hotel. Oh, are you going to stay in the same room? Yeah. Why wouldn't we?
Right.
What? Why not?
What?
That's how comfortable you, but that comes with time. Like we been on trips together, super comfortable. I mean, it's just a level that you get to where sometimes it's more than family. Sometimes you have siblings you're not near as comfortable with as you are with your best friend. So it's something that comes with time, but it's something that's really important. Because if you can't be your organic, all natural self, however you want to say it, then that's not fun.
Yeah. But that takes time.
Definitely.
Right. Depending on how long you've been friends with someone, obviously, just like with your spouse or partner, like that comfort level grows over time. And we've just been friends so long that, I mean, I don't know. We're super comfortable
So-
with each other.
I guess the question part of that is what creates comfort, and that's going to be up to you. What about that person creates that comfort for you? And
Great point.
and those are the things you relate to each other. Like, I'm not going to turn to Lisa and say that makes me really uncomfortable. You know, it's like our level. Are you offended easily? Well, then you probably wouldn't be friends with me. You know, there are things like that. I'm uncomfortable because I might cuss a lot, which I don't, but there are things about you and that person that are going to match at an equal level.
Yeah.
So that creates comfort, and that's going to be insightful for you to figure out as your friendship goes on. And how long do you think, 3 years do you think you should be at your best comfort level? I mean, that's going to be between you and yourself. Like,
And your friend.
Yeah, I don't want to really
friend.
hang out with Lisa because we never laugh. The conversation's boring and it's awkward, which is uncomfortable. So those are questions that you ask yourself. And then if you think that we talked about before, the friendship is worth saving and worth hanging on to, that's what you talk about. And maybe it's just personality differences. Sometimes that takes time to figure out as well.
Right.
Is that comfort level. But very important, and definitely a green flag is a comfort level.
Absolutely.
There is no way I could be friends with Lisa for as many years as I have without being my most authentic, honest self, not feel judged, as we've talked about, and not feel uncomfortable.
Especially, you know, when you talk about traveling together.
Yeah, that's a big
We've
one.
been a number of trips together. We've done different sports together and just family events. So, yeah, so being comfortable with each other, and obviously that takes time to grow. But yeah, you have to be comfortable. And kind of for the third green flag that we are going to
Hold on,
talk
I gotta
about.
say one more thing about comfortability. An example: Lisa used to, when she drove, would ride people's bumpers like she was gonna jump into their car.
100%. I
And
used to
it
do
drove
that.
me insane. Like, I had my fake brake on all the time, and I finally said, "Lisa, get off there, you know what?" Because I felt like she was gonna rear end somebody at any second. Anyways, that's been cured.
And it has been cured. And, you know, she did used to tell me that. And finally, you know, again, I'm older now too, but I realized that riding somebody's bumper is not going to get me anywhere any faster than I need to be. And you know what? I'm also comfortable enough to tell Katie
To
that
use
she
her
needs
blinker?
to start using her turn
I
signal.
knew you were gonna say that.
That's right. And
Your
sometimes that
blinker is
works.
there for a reason.
In nonverbal communication, and it's very important. Which brings us to the third green flag for today's conversation is just that, conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have conversations, you know, deep conversations? You don't have to have deep conversations all the time with your friends. They could be conversations just about the day's events.
Mm-hmm.
But what is important is that at times you do have those deeper conversations. How are you feeling? What are you going through? Again, we talked about in previous episodes of how we've really shown up during some very difficult times for each other and some very happy times. And so conversations, deep, in-depth conversations sometimes are very important. And I think that just ties back into the comfort level.
Yep.
And, you know, how you can speak with someone and just feel comfortable and being vulnerable with your friend.
Absolutely. And that is definitely part of the comfortability of the friendship. But this is a green flag because in a conversation, in a friendship, are you talking at them or are you conversing? So some people don't understand when you're having a conversation, one person talks, then the other person talks. If this person you're in a friendship with is talking all the time and you're just
That might happen sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
If somebody's trying to get something off of their chest.
Or we're going through something that's she's going through something that's taking up a lot of our friendships together. That's okay because I have my times, she has her times.
Right.
But the fact is that we can come together in those times and understand, like, okay, Lisa needs me to just focus on her right now.
Right.
Or she needs to focus just on me. But if it's like that all the time, I would call that a red flag.
Yes. And we don't want red flags in friendship,
No.
especially not long-term friendships.
Yep.
We want green flags. And those times are going to happen when it might be about someone for a little while, but it shouldn't be the norm over your term of friendship, right? You should be able to have those conversations and, you know, just like you said, not talk at each other,
Yeah.
but really be interested in what's going on in each other's lives.
I have some people that I know in my life who literally just talk and don't stop. And a lot of times I don't mind because I'm not really trying to have a conversation with them. But it's like, okay, you got to be insightful. Is this what you're doing? Are you just talking at somebody and you expect them to actively listen to you the whole time? You don't expect any advice. You don't expect any feedback. You just want to talk, talk, and talk, and talk. And sometimes that does happen. Like Lisa said, we're both maybe going through she's going through something. I'm going through something. I want to crab about something. She wants to, but conversation is just that. I talk, you talk. Not saying we don't interrupt each other.
We do it all the time,
All the
even on
time.
these videos,
Yes.
as you've probably seen. And
Yes.
if you haven't, check out our other ones because we do
Yeah.
interrupt each other, but that's fine.
Yeah. And I say, excuse me. I'm going to talk anyways, but I at least say it. No, I might not even say that.
That's true.
But it's with these videos, it's like, okay, adding to your point, adding to your point. But those green flags are really important. And you really have to look at, maybe you're in friendships now, like, yeah, I remember those green flags. Let's talk about them. Let's laugh about them. I feel comfortable with you. Let's converse about it, like I just said. And they're important. Just as important, well, red flags are important too, because you don't want to get into that, obviously, those relationships. But the green flags are really fun, and the green flags are fun to look back at and see, like, this is why it works for so long.
Yeah. And I think for the green flags too, a lot of things at times in society can be focused on the red flags
Yeah.
and the negative points. So green flags are more of a positive approach, a positive outlook, great things to look forward to. We realize there's red flags. We might do a video in the future about that. But for our friendship, we chose to look on the positive side and really what has helped us maintain this for so long. So we hope you do too. Look for the positives in your friendship. Sometimes you don't look for the positives and you might be overlooking them. And you might realize, gosh darn, last week we sat and laughed for, the whole time we were together. That's awesome. Recognize that for what it is.
And with the world today, we need a lot of laughter.
We
And
do.
I think that's important. And there are serious subjects such as politics or religion, which to me is another green flag. Can you talk about those things without arguing? Can you be open-minded? We definitely are. I mean, we have our views, but I think we respect each other enough to listen and not judge. But that's part of conversing, right? You're talking back and forth about important things that are going on in the world and what you feel about them, because I respect Lisa. I respect her opinion a lot, that she can be much more insightful about certain things and vice versa.
Yes.
So in that conversations, we're learning from each other as well. I don't think we ever stop learning from each other.
That's correct.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Thanks.
And not only that, we might have different views on all kinds of things. I'm not trying to change her view.
No,
I'm not trying to change her view.
No.
We might debate a little bit,
Yep.
right? Have those conversations, could be a debate, but we're not trying to change. I'm not trying to change her political, religious, whatever view she has. And
vice
she's not
versa.
trying to change mine.
Nope.
So those are some of our green flags, trying to look on the brighter side, right? Look for those things in your friendship. Hopefully you have them with friends of yours. And drop us in some comments. Well, like, what are your green flags? I'm sure we could come up with more, but
Yeah.
those are the three that honestly, like I said, it takes a little while to understand how important these things are. And yeah, tell us your stories. We'd appreciate it.
And-
We'd like to hear them.
And how soon you saw your green flags. That's important. It's fun to look back at a
It
long-term
is.
friendship with this idea of, oh, this is a great idea. And then us coming up with them and just really enjoying the whole process of the green flags. So yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know what your green flags are. And probably there's lots of them. Hopefully.
There are. And we're learning so much through this process of doing these videos on this channel. Like, it's kind of bringing back, again, because we've been friends for so long. So it's bringing back a lot of good memories for us and a lot of things that maybe we took for granted along the way, right? But it still works. So thank you for being here today. And hopefully
you.
we'll see you on the next one. We drop a new one every Wednesday.
4 p.m.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Bye.
Peace.